Welcome to Entrepreneurs Are Leaders podcast with Harry Sardinas. Interviews with world's most influential entrepreneurs that share tips about how to grow your business exponentially. Charismatic speaking, leadership, branding, marketing strategies designed to help you monetize your knowledge, find true happiness, and manifest your goals and dreams.
Hello, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. And today we have an amazing guest. His name is Gleston Mendonca. And we're going to share today 5 steps how you can launch your own seminar company, your own training company. So we have here as a guest Gleston, which is about to launch his training company. And he's going to share with us all the steps, the 5 steps that he's following in order to launch his training company successfully. But first of all, Gleston, can you please share with us a little bit more about you? What's
Sure.
your story?
Of course. So for those viewers, I'm 18 years old. That's the first thing. So with me, the first thing I done was networking. So I finished college last June. I finished my A-level doing maths, economics, and music.
Wow.
Originally, my previous life was musician. I was a musician, I was a singer, songwriter, and a music producer. But then I realized that it was not my complete passion. I strive for something greater. My initial goal was to retire my parents. So from that pursuit, I went to networking events. So I had a full-time job making £1,600 a month as a barista, making coffees. And then I went to 30 networking events in 3 months. So about 3 to 4 networking events per week with a full-time job and a girlfriend. You can imagine how hard that is. So then after that, my main aim was to find a mentor. So with that being said, I found a mentor, and then within 6 weeks of working with her, I went into a network marketing company and I hit the top rank within 6 weeks and earning an income of about £38,000 a month.
Wow.
After that, I started working with her very, very closely as we were aligned with the same purpose and vision. And now we are about to launch our amazing events, which are on business mindset and money creation, wealth creation.
Wow, fantastic. That's amazing. And to have a big position in a network marketing company very fast is a huge success, because there are a lot of challenges to make the direct sales. So, Gleston, so can you share with us what are the 5 steps that you consider that people should follow to launch their own event company, their own training company, their own seminar company? So what is the first step that you guys are taking?
Sure. So the first step, starting from scratch, okay? Let's just say I have no team, nothing, okay?
Nothing, yeah.
I just have a bit of money. That's about it. Let's just say £100, okay? So this is what I would do. First things first, go to networking events. You need to find the team, okay? So they say that if you want to go far, do it by yourself. Sorry, apologies. If you want to go far, do it with a team, okay? So with that being said, you need to find the team that's going to allow you to be able to make your vision into reality. So the first things first is networking with like-minded individuals. So with these networking events, you need to look at what sort of type of people are coming to these events. You need high net worth individuals. So when you go to your networking event, look at the price. So when you look at the price, the higher the quality of contacts. That's the main game. Find your contacts. That's the first step I would do to get a million. First step.
But also to go to the networking events where people the people that are going to these events have the same vision, the same idea that you guys want to have in that company, right? So
Right.
I agree 100%. If you don't know anybody, you cannot, and you want to start your own company, your own training company, your own company, right? You need a team, yeah. Sometimes the entrepreneur spoke with me and said, okay, I want to have this company, and my first question is, what is your team? So
Right.
the first thing, you need a team, so you need people, right? And where can you find these people? Exactly what Gleston said, at networking events, yeah? And the more quality those networking events have, the more likely you are to find the right person, the right team, the right fit for your company, right?
Yeah.
Excellent. So what would be the second step that everybody out there listening, inspired by your story, needs to follow?
Good question. The second step, The second step is become valuable. Second step is become valuable. Okay. So you want to master the skills of, these are the two main skills you want to master: sales and marketing. In this day and era, everyone looks at their phone. Everyone has a phone. Everyone has social media. Everyone looks at the phone constantly. They look at their phone more than they look at their parents, their family. So therefore, you need to position yourself in a manner where you'll be able to get in front of as many people as possible. So the second thing is mastering the two skills of sales and marketing. The thing about sales, there's a saying about sales, saying that if you master sales, you'll never go broke. And that's very true. If you always have something to sell, I have a story upon this. So I had a goal to make £20,000 in a month. And this is what happened, okay? So I had a business generating a decent amount of money. This was my previous business. It was a trading business. So then after that, it was generating a bit, but not too much. Or it was like about £3,000 to £5,000 a month at the time. But then I realized that how am I going to get to £20,000 a month if my current business is only generating this much? So what I did was I found things to sell. At the time, I had a funded account who I had just passed. Okay, I passed 200k funded account. I thought, okay, cool. What can I do to make this money? So the first thing, it's a small piece of the chunk compared to 20,000. However, I was able to sell that 200k account for about 1.6k. So with that being said, that was another lift off. Although I was in sales of selling services in network marketing, the sales is applicable to any industry as possible. And that was one of the main things I targeted. When I first started business, I wanted to become as versatile as possible. Learn skills that were applicable to every single industry. So sales and marketing apply to every single industry. So master those two skills. That's the second step.
Exactly. I agree 100%. I think that there is always a negative connotation about sales, but let's face it, until the sales doesn't happen, you have nothing. You don't have business. And I agree 100% with you. If you don't want to have money problems, learn how to sell. If you know how to sell, you're not gonna have money problem because you can even sell your own product, or you can sell a product from other people. Make sense?
Yeah.
So selling is a key, and of course marketing. That would be the blood of the business. So if this is not your strength, you need someone in your team that is very strong on that in order for you to grow and to make the company successful. So Gleston, what would be the third step that our listeners should follow?
Sure. The third step. Okay, to condense down to 5 steps, let me think. So the third step is formulation. Okay. So now, once you assemble the team, once you have the skills, this is the next step. You have to have a plan. You are not going to be able to execute anything without a plan. Okay. So this is called masterminding. So you have a mastermind of people who all have the same goal as you. Very, very simple. So when you go to these networking events, I'm going to add on to step 1. You attract who you are, not what you want. So in other words, if you strive to be the best person, you'll find people at the same level as you, if not better. So with that being said, when you mastermind with these like-minded individuals with the same goal, you formulate a plan. So what would that plan include? So you have costs, you have revenue. So what is the goal? You always look at the goal. How much do you want to make per event? So the first thing was, okay, the whole team had discussed how much money they want to make from these events. Okay, some people said 100 grand a month. Some people said less than that. Okay, so then you structure it in a way to do it per year. How much money per year do you have to be making for everyone to get their target income. That's the first thing. When you understand how much people want to earn, you can understand that, okay, how many events do I need to hold? With understanding that, running these events, you need to understand how many events do I need to hold. Let's just say for us, okay, we're looking to make about 15 million, okay? With that being said, when making 15 million, how many events do we need to hold? And how many events do we need to, how much do we need to make per event? In that being said, you make it like a shopping list. Okay, so now how are we gonna make revenue? Okay, so now most likely if you analyze all the events, the massive events, as I met you, Harry, at the NAC, they're selling a course. Now you need to ask yourself, how much can you price that course and what's the value that's included? So the three things that Bob Proctor said about you making money from the market is dependent on three things. So one, is there demand for what you do? Your ability to do it, and the difficulty isn't replacing you. So one, is there demand for your product? If yes, that's a tick. Two, are you the best at what you do? Can you do it quicker and more efficient and have the best quality than any of your competitors? If you can do it, check two. And three, how replaceable are you? Can anyone replicate what you have done? Most likely in this sort of business, yes. So you need to have a cutting edge. What makes us have the cutting edge is that we are Bob Proctor oriented and we have a lineage of over a century of knowledge. So dating back to Andrew Carnegie. You may ask, who's Andrew Carnegie? Andrew Carnegie was the world's richest trillionaire. He was the only recorded trillionaire. With that being said, he had his own wealth principles and other understandings of how to create wealth. And so did Bob Proctor. Our information comes directly from Bob Proctor. So Bob Proctor was in the same mastermind as Andrew Carnegie. With that being said, he had passed down that knowledge. That's what makes us irreplaceable. It's about being the best and having the demand. And looking at personal development, because that's what industry I am in and what my team is in. So what that means is, with that being said, in the personal development industry, it's a growing industry. So with that being said, you are able to look at the demand. If there's a rising demand and not much supply, then you can find a gap in the market and then be able to supply the demand. Very simple. So the third step is plan your steps.
Yeah, plan your step and design your product. Design a product that it have a value out there that the people want to consume, right? So I think Steve Jobs always said, you don't need to be better than anybody else. You can be different, right? So it's all about in a growing market. It's about to find your space. It's about to find your space, to find your differentiation, and go for it and offer as much value as possible to your clients, right?
Yeah.
Okay, after you have that plan, after you have the business model, what would be the step number 4 that everyone out there should be following if you want to start your own seminar company?
Sure. So before I touch on to step 4, I'm going to say this. When it comes with being different, so I'm going to touch upon your point, Harry, which was a very, very good point. When it comes with demand and supply in business, in the market, you are rewarded in direct proportion to how much value you provide, of course. But then when it comes to irreplaceability, it's about being different. When you understand that diamonds are priced more than water, but which one's a necessity? Water is more of a necessity than diamonds. But understand, why is water priced significantly lower than diamonds? It's because of its scarcity. And because of its scarcity, it increases the price. So when you understand that you are irreplaceable and you are the market leader, for example, in the UK, we have TfL. Is there any other train company in the UK other than TfL? No. That's what makes them a monopoly, a market leader. So understand that they get all the revenue, all the profit, and no other company comes close with competing against TfL. So know that. So now I'll jump into the 4th step of creating this business. The 4th step is attention. Okay, money follows attention. That is the most important key thing. Okay, so how do you gain attention? There's multiple ways to do it. One of the ways is by running ads. Okay, running ads for 3 months, because the algorithm needs to get set with the type of people that you're attracting, the type of people that you want, the type of people and the location that you want to get them to. So once you formulate that, once you've got the team, once you've got the skills, and once you've got the plan, you have to gain the attention. Social media is the best thing that you can do. There's nothing that beats social media. Back in the day, they used to hand out leaflets, business cards, billboards, nowadays, and TV commercial, but nowadays no one does that. Because you can upload one video on TikTok that blows up and gets 1 million views. And how much have you paid? 0. So money follows attention. That's the 4th step. You gain the attention.
Getting the attention. So post good content in social media, right? Makes sense?
That's right.
Related with your business, so then you can have the participants, you can have the leads, you can have the people following that will attend that, right?
That's
yeah.
Right.
So step 4 is getting the people, right?
Yes, that's right.
Getting the people there. And then what would be the step number 5?
Okay, step 5, the most obvious one, launch. Launch. Now, you've got the location, you've got the contacts, you've got the skills, you've got the plan, and you've got the attention. Now you have to launch. There's nothing needed after that, okay? So now it's handling the smaller tasks. Now delegating tasks to people down your line, okay? In the team that I'm in, is a very small team at the top. However, as every other company, there is a structure to it. You delegate tasks to people down your line, okay? So now it's the aspect of analyzing the NAC, which is amazing. They spend about 100 grand for these events. So with that being said, what do they have? They have little lanyards, okay? VIP, premium, and then we have standard at different prices, at different values. So that comes in the planning phase. But when you launch it, you have to go to the event, create attention. So once you gain this attention, people are going to be following your every word, every move. So therefore, consistently keep posting on social media for the attention. And lastly, hype it up to this massive event, okay? So you have a target. We have a target of about 1,000 people, possibly more. So, wow. And when you understand, it's the volume that matters. What makes Spotify I think it's a £1 billion company or multi-billion pound company? Why? Because they're charging about £11.99 or £10.99 to about 1 billion users. You guys do the maths. How much is that? So with that being said, you can understand that, okay, the volume is what matters. That's what matters the most. So it's about getting that volume to these events. So one thing to know is that you need to make it accessible. You need to make it easy for people to pay, and you get it easy for people to access. So for them to keep along the program. So other events that I've been to, they have follow-ups. Okay, cool, great to see you in 24 hours. Great to see you in 1 hour. It's amazing. Keep those follow-ups to remind your audience to come to the event. So the launching phase is by you speaking about a topic that you are professional in. That's the most key thing. Because people will buy into your value. People will buy into your stories. One thing that sells is stories. People will always listen to your story. And if it resonates with that person, you have sold the person. Keep that in mind. So the 5th step is launch the actual event. And repeats. Once the first event launches, you keep on going. It's a consistent step. Once step 1 to 3 is done, you just keep on doing 4 and 5. That's it. Attention, launch. Attention, launch. Attention, launch. So that's it. Launch.
That's fantastic. And with this final step, we conclude this podcast, and I want to say thank you so much to Gleston and every single one of you listening. And remember, if you want to start your own training company, your own personal development company, and you're thinking what type of courses and what do you want to do, just get these tips that Gleston you shared with us about his plan, which I think is going in the right direction. We own an event company worldwide, so we do events all over the world, speakers and leaders, and I think that those steps that Gleston shared with us, it definitely is gonna get you far in this industry. So thank you, Gleston, so much for sharing this information with us, and thanks to you, our listenings, and see you in our next podcast. Bye for now.
Follow us for more on charismatic speaking, leadership, exponential business growth, branding, marketing, strategies designed to help you monetize your knowledge, find true happiness, and manifest your goals and dreams.